Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Bridge Broadcast Show with your host, Tina Boyle White, where we believe that it is necessary to get you from where you are to where you want and need to be. We are committed to that. And how do we do that? We do that through learning about transformation through your spirit, soul, and body. And we're excited to be here yet another time with WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. We are delighted that we have the opportunity to come and serve you. You know, it's about service and servitude. You know, the more I serve, the lower I serve, the higher I get. You know, I just believe that, you know, I'm not looking for credit, but Jesus was our perfect example. He served. And so we are serving at WYTV7. So we pray that you are receiving something. Well, you know what? This week is no different than any other week that we've been on. I am just so honored to have Mariah Everts on the show with me. She is just a pleasure to be on the show, and I trust that you are getting the same thing. As I'm watching to see how many of you are watching, you are obviously receiving, and we're just honored and humbled to just have her with us, a doctor in the making. Thank God for her. Welcome, Mariah.
Thank you so much. It's such a blessing to be here. And I thank God every day that every opportunity that we get to have together. So I really thank him for that.
You know, it's amazing. One little step, meeting you in the grocery store, in a healthy grocery store. On my journey to getting healthier. You know, I was blessed, and all of a sudden she was gone. You know, just a beautiful spirit. And I just, you know, I don't know if I've ever shared that on the show before, but just a beautiful spirit. And I found her. I tracked her down. There was another young lady in the store that had a similar energy and a spirit. And I'm like, where's that girl? I need to find that girl. And I found out she went on a student of naturopathy. And it's so funny that I went to look at a school in Illinois to study naturopathy. And you know what? That's not my journey. And so if you don't get the chance to do the things you want to, you can live it out and be adjacent to somebody and have that thing that you desire. So Mariah is my adjacent blessing. I'm a doctor because she's a doctor. I'm a doctor in the making because she's a doctor in the making. So we're excited. Mariah, we're talking about a healthy heart, you know, right in, you know, the month of February, a healthy heart. Help us to know what you want to tell us about healthy heart.
Yes. And I just want to piggyback that of you, that you are a doctor, because the root word of doctor is teacher. And so we are teaching one another that when you gain knowledge, you bring that to other people and you just weave the web with all of us together. So absolutely, we are one. And I really want to preach that message too, that we are one and that we need one another. And, you know, we just tell what's on our hearts, and we all bring our unique gifts, and that helps make us whole. So
that's encouraging. You know, other people who may be wanting to know, we are one. I am because you are. And so thank you, Mariah. Thank you. That's encouraging right back to me. So those of you out here, if you're wondering, wherever you are, something you're missing, we are one. So because we are, you are. So we're going to go on and we're going to talk about healthy heart. Now, it's important that you have a healthy heart. So Mariah, help us out. What do we need to know?
Yes, we do. We need to care for this organ that keeps everything going. You know, our heart is number one. We, you know, alongside our gut and our brain, crucial organs. So I wanted to talk specifically about lowering high blood pressure. High blood pressure is something that affects, unfortunately, 25% of the world's population. You know, so a fourth of the entire world is suffering from this high blood pressure, and essentially this hypertension that happens on your heart. Your heart has to work harder to pump blood to the rest of your body through kind of a degeneration of your arteries and vessels. And perhaps there's a plaque formation, could be one thing happening, but essentially your heart has to pump harder for this to happen. And when you get your blood pressure reading at the doctor's office, there's that systolic, which is the pressure that your vessels when your heart contracts, and then the diastolic when it's when it's vasodilating and opening back up for the pressure. So normally there's a range of kind of 120 as the systolic. It can be between 80 and 120. And then for your diastolic, for it to be around 60 to 80. And for that perfect kind of number of 120/80.
Mariah, exercising in the gym, and I stopped, and I had just been doing some things, little bitty things, and I checked my my blood pressure, and I was out of the green into the yellow, and maybe, I don't know, that's where you're going into areas of concern. But then when I checked it again last, I was 120/72. So I was like, yes, we are doing good. We are doing.
Yes.
I got to check it again. It's something that you want to check on a regular basis. So I was really excited about that. So give us another point. Give us some more.
Yeah. I'm so glad that is one of the best things that you can do is to be aware of where your numbers are at. We sometimes get those sentences our numbers aren't exactly where they want to be, but that's okay. Having the knowledge, that's power to do something about it. So I just want to put that out there of, congratulations to be on top of your health. Because over time, if that high blood pressure is untreated, it can lead to clogged arteries, atherosclerosis. It can also lead to so it's all your blood vessels and tissue. So we have blood vessels in our eyes, our brain, our heart, and other areas all over our body. So if those aren't working properly, it can lead to blindness, kidney failure, and potential stroke or heart issues. So this is something that we really want to be on top of and be aware of what to do. So, I look forward to telling you guys a couple of tips about what we can do about that.
Well, Mariah, I'm excited that you're going to tell us some tips. And you know what? This is a perfect time to take a break, a commercial break. And after we take this commercial break and come back, you're going to give us some tips to have a healthy heart. Welcome back. Thank you so much. You guys are with us, and we're talking about a healthy heart today. I want to give the mic back over to Mariah without delay. Give us some tips, Mariah.
Yes, thank you. So when we're looking at, we want to look at the whole picture of what's going on in our environment, in our genetic database, our lifestyles. So a lot of these points that are happening in our life, different stressors in our life, they can lead to some of these problems. So I just really want to focus in on lifestyle changes of exercise. Exercise is one of the best things that you can do for your body to help grow your heart stronger. The more you exercise that particular organ or your blood vessels, everything's going to work better and, lubricate it just becomes stronger. So, essentially that, and what we had talked about too with the hydrotherapy of that vasodilation of your blood vessels. I mean, there we go again, that's going to be beneficial. However, you do have to be somewhat careful with the blood flow and the hydrotherapy with high blood pressure. So I wouldn't use that as like a number one treatment, but definitely exercise, and to exercise with just starting where you can. So if that's 30-minute walk outside in the sun on your lunch break, just start wherever you can.
Mariah, I see a lot of people walking around the mall. Malls are, people don't shop as much because they do online shopping. But you know what? While we have those physical buildings, it's nothing about like taking in a big mall where you're walking through and, getting your steps in and having little gadgets to help Our phones today will help us, like Samsung. I have a Samsung Health, that'll help you to see how you've done and how well you've done. Tell us more, Mariah. Yes. And exactly what you were saying, that we can so easily track
our progress. And that's a huge thing, is goal setting for yourself, to keep yourself accountable, or to, get connected with your naturopath or with your doctor, or a friend or a life coach, somebody who cares about your health too, to kind of keep you on track. And with that, so another big thing is water. So water is the river that flows through our body. So we really, it's so crucial and important, while we're exercising, while we're, eating the foods that we do, to push and move everything through our body to just make it fluid, make everything work more. So, I really can't say enough about how important water is. But yeah, that's crucial.
Mariah, it is crucial. And the funny thing about it is I just got excited. We buy water all the time. And, as I'm doing my research, different things about bottles and BPH and different types of water. And being in Wisconsin, I've had an amazing discovery. I've discovered the springs. I don't know if you know much about the springs, but I found a place that has a running water. And so, thinking about how that runs with so many minerals and so many things rich for our body, I'm thinking, like, I got to make sure I get as much as that in my body, so nothing becomes stagnated, and anything that's stagnated is going to become a dis-ease, leading to diseases.
Amen, sister. You said it perfectly. That's exactly right. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah. And to go on to my next point with that, the third thing is to reduce your sodium. So with a lot of the foods today, there's a lot of processed foods on the shelves, and they usually have a higher salt content, because they have to be preserved and whatnot. But the studies are out there saying that there is that correlation between high salt intake and an increase in heart events like stroke. And so to really to reduce the salt intake.
Wow, Mariah, that is so rich. When you start eating less salt and you eat something, it's just like, whoa, your palate knows it right away. And so as you begin to shift, you drink more water, you eat more fruits and vegetables without having to put on a bunch of things on it. It just makes a difference. Mariah, do you have one last tip for us today before we go?
Yes. Yes. I would also like to talk about increasing potassium, calcium, and magnesium, as we're talking about different foods. That the magnesium helps the blood vessels relax. And so you can find those foods like spinach, bananas, lots of your nuts and seeds, and some legumes and whole grains. And we really want to focus on, like especially pomegranates, garlic, salmon. Berries are huge, kiwis and papaya, and hibiscus.
Hibiscus. Where do I get that from? Amazon?
Yeah. It's also in a tea. Usually you can find in the tea section. Also a supplement if that's pertaining to you. But just with that, to really avoid and watch out for adding extra table salt. Whole milk, like heavy dairies, are hard with high blood pressure, and margarine or lots of butter, and just reduce fast food like bacon, just higher salt content, and like canned foods. We just want, and any kind of shelf stable products in the freezer section and whatnot. A lot of those things, if you'll look on the backside, there's quite high sodium content. So yeah, just watch out for your sodium.
You know what? As we begin to wrap up, one of the things that I've been learning is that I stay where there's live foods, and it's just a point for you guys. I'm not telling you if you're going to transition to a healthier lifestyle or more alkaline lifestyle. We want to be in the healthier live foods, the fruits and vegetables, and less away from the preservatives. Well, you know what? I'm so excited. This is just such an exciting time where we're just continuing to grow and learn about how do we take care of this heart, this organ that continues to keep us going. It pumps so that we can continue to be movement and be alive. And so I'm so grateful for my heart. This has been part one of our Healthy Heart session. Just a quick word, Mariah, if you have a quick word before we wrap up.
Yeah, I would just really like to say that it's really the healing power of nature and to enjoy your life and to keep things balanced. So really what goes in is what we are made of. So, that goes for all things of the people, the influence that we have in our lives and who keeps our heart whole. So, to just really connect with our loved ones and be real and present today.
Wow, what a powerful word to end a healthy heart. It's amazing. It shows that our spirit, soul, and body are so integrated. What you eat, what you put in physically in your mouth, what you put in emotionally, all that plays a part of who we are. Emotional letdowns, breakdowns, all those. Garbage in, garbage out. So we want to put in good stuff so that we can get things out. And so as we transition, we're excited. Take the tips, right? Watch this again. Take some notes. Reach out to us. Send us questions. Send us questions to WYTV7 and ask and reach out to us because we truly want to help you. We look forward to seeing you on Healthy Heart Part 2. We'll see you next time on Healthy Heart Part 2. Have a good day. Bye.